playing mechanical 10-man out at the very first ICPL, also the classic NXL. That means mechanical guns, it means 10-man, it means the woods, it means old grudges, it means old friendships, it means old rivalries, it means guys that I put in the dirt 20 years ago are now out for revenge. It means the kids that I shot as they were coming up, I'm now the old guy, and they're trying to put me down.
So here at Badlandz, this is a great venue to kick off the ICPL because it's one of the most iconic paintball facilities and fields in the world. This is actually, I believe, the home of the very first US Hyperball events with like the original field out there. This is the home of Chicago Aftershock, which is one of the most revered teams in the world for so long. So this field has a lot of history, and I think it's great that we're here and back out in the woods.
I'm gonna say I think the 10-man teams back in the day were the best in the world, right? I mean, all of us came from that era, and we put our heart and souls into our 10-man teams. It wasn't about the money, it wasn't about anything, it was about the other guy that was starting in the box with you. And we've learned a lot about paintball, and we really brought the level of paintball really high. And these teams here, they don't have that experience yet, and they didn't have that grind every weekend where we had to go play the Aftershock, the All-Americans, the Ironman every weekend to practice, then play them in a 10-man. So we got to this high level of competitiveness at 10-man, where it was a pretty refined game. And you'll see that here. Those teams that have a couple of those old school 10-man guys, they really are a force because they just know what to do. And I think the perfect recipe is a couple old school guys, a Matty Marshall and a Dave Vanes, and then a couple little squirrely guys that may not have the experience that the old guys have, but we get to use them as wheels and send them to go do our dirty work, and then we kind of come and clean up. So I think it's a good mix, and it gives a chance for a guy that may have played for 10 or 20 years that doesn't want to go step out and try and be a super athlete again to help guide some new guys up into the game and be a coach.
It's a new era for an old battle. It's back to War in the Woods. 10 on 10, our original state, our wild beginnings. We've returned to where we began. The old generation is still here and fighting, with the new generation starting to embrace the rugged lure and pure fun of woods ball. 10-man paintball is back, and this time, it's not going anywhere.
Glenn Takamoto here, getting back to the grassroots of paintball and playing some 10-man in the woods, a little bit of hyperball action here, just back in the good old days. I've played for Dynasty the past 5 years. I haven't been playing paintball tournament for, I want to say, the last 4 or 5 years. I think for the 10-man paintball side, it's fun, and when you started out, that's how everybody played paintball, especially how tournament paintball even started, was in the woods, playing with 10-man, then kind of transitioned to airball, and then X-ball kind of came around after that. I haven't been to a tournament in a while, but there's a lot of people that, people like myself that still love paintball. I've kind of transitioned on to other things, but still love the fact that they can get out, play with friends, hang out. There's still some competition to everything going on. That aspect of the paintball is what people are kind of, what you first started playing paintball for, and that's kind of drawing some people back into the game. Just in my stage in life, it's just kind of time to get away and see some old friends, play paintball, which we all started for the fun of it, and just get out there in the mud and roll around and get some spray on, and that's what kind of brought me out to this tournament. You're out here competing within like the NXL and the pro leagues and even all the other divisions. It's a competition. You're out there to win. You're going to be practicing, you're going to be grinding, and then when it's tournament time, it's all serious. But at least with this so far, for the time being, we're all here out to have fun, and that's the name of the game. Like even though I played at Dynasty the past 5 years, I'm playing with Cat Factory this event. So even though they're all my buddies, we get to go out there and have a fun time, and that's probably the difference of the 10-man side. it's like any other day. You're gonna just go play some paintball, and hopefully we just don't shoot each other in the ear, and we're nice when we bumper each other.
The team started in the mid-'80s. The truth was, most of my guys didn't play anymore. One of the best parts about Farside is, since we've had such a history, so many years of playing, there's so many different evolutions of the team. I think one of the reasons the guys came out and started playing again is the variety. Airball got repetitive to us, but the woods, every woods field is so uniquely different, it's crazy. We get to play hyperball again. Some of these, we're gonna get to play mounds again. Hyperball and mounds were so briefly in paintball, and then we aged out of them. We went straight to airball, that now getting to play those again is absolutely amazing. It's all sorts of fun, and the slower rate of fire, because it's mechanical only, or you have to shoot 5.5 balls per second for electronic guns. One of the beauty parts about that is it allows the old guys to move around a little bit more. It allows the young guys to really take ground again. People are moving everywhere. You see old fat guys motivating their weight. They are taking corners, they are closing out games, they are running people down. And that's what makes paintball fun, is the fact that anybody can play it. No matter how fast you are, you're not faster than 300 feet per second. Two flags, dirt, rocks, stick bunkers, hyperball, mud. It'll rain at some point. It'll be all the fun of old school paintball. So it's a little bit nostalgic for us. What I love the most about this is my old guys that are coming back and playing.
Trying to cheat right now, and you're totally screwing this up. Just kidding.
Trying to figure out how to get 14 bodies on the field, but we only have 13 players.
We actually have Mikey Bruno all the way in the back.
Where's Psalm? Is Psalm in here?
One of the really cool things about this game is you can use a wide range of equipment. We have players out there right now using, $150 starting markers that, could be rental equipment one day and are competition the next. And then we have, the hot rods of the sport, the latest and greatest, designed specifically for this format with modern ergonomics, very simple operation. And because of the format layout, this does give you certain advantages. The mechanical is uncapped, whereas electronic marker's capped at 5.5. The equipment does level that playing field where you're not going to have the ramping, and it's much more about communication, teamwork, and moving 10 guys around the field. You gotta think you have twice as many bodies, you need twice as much communication. So it really changes the dynamic, and a lot of that comes from just the tech behind 10-man.
Honestly, if you're gonna do something like this, you need to pick up a mechanical gun. It's way more fun. And the big guns out here, you got a ton of autocockers, which is awesome. The nostalgia behind one of those is just great. And then some of the major players and gun manufacturers are coming out there and getting some modern guns out there. And honestly, I'm out here shooting a gun, I think it's a $200 gun, and it keeps up with everything out here. It shoots super straight. And now Eclipse is, we're testing out some of their new high-end mechanical guns that they're getting into. And I'm really excited to get my hands on one of those.
What is that?
So this is a Bell Sales Evolution. There are not too many in this fade. This is what they call the lifesaver fade. Bell Sales was making cockers back in the 90s, and the Evo X came out in, I think, 99.
Blue, silver, baby blue, evolution. So the Shock Tech double trigger frame. I'm normally a slide frame guy myself, but this is a beautiful specimen of the autococker, courtesy of Dave Baines. And a little rusty, so I'm gonna go break the rust off here. And hopefully I don't short stroke this here in about an hour while we go crush people on the field. When I was younger, there were two main guns, the auto mag and the auto cocker. And if you lived on the West Coast, you shot an auto cocker. And you didn't mess with the auto mags, that was the East Coast thing. So it was a coastal rivalry between these gun platforms. And I got my first one of these when I was 16 years old, 15, and then started playing pro at 16. And I got my first free gun, which I still have. But this thing is it's like a 57 Chevy. It's just a beautiful, just laser beam shooting. Like this thing is, it's a beautiful, beautiful machine. And when they work good, they work really good. But since I haven't shot one in a while, so I'm coming over and practicing a little bit because like I'm probably gonna short stroke this out here, which is why I'm gonna carry two squeegees. But we'll see, it'll be fun.
Teams in sport, Alex Frazier is the best paintball player that's ever lived. And so he's out there crushing it. And if you have an Instagram account and you don't follow Alex Frazier, you are an idiot. Who are you?
Fancy seeing you here. So I like to think that Dynasty is always a favorite to win every event, so every team's gunning for us.
DYNAST! Let's go, boys, right now.
You know, we started off great, won 2 games, and then all of a sudden we stalemated a game, and then we stalemated another one. I think we lost one, and next thing you know, we're like in the bottom seed for our division. This is kind of where everybody started. This is where paintball started. This is where Dynasty started, and I think that there's a lot of players out there that take the woods for granted because they only know the tournament side of paintball. I think the woods are an important aspect of our sport. Not only because that's where it came from, but also I think a lot of people forget that like it's a lot easier for everybody to be a competitor out here in the woods. It's a 10-man event, so you can have a big roster. A lot of the guys who are kind of pushed out of that whole tournament side of things, they still want to compete. So in the woods is the best place to do it. You know, you have a 10-minute game, 10 guys are playing, so you can literally be alive the whole time, stalemate, and come out and be like, awesome, I didn't lose. So there's still a high level of competition. However, it's a lot more encompassing. And it hones your skills. I think it's really great on helping your communication out here. So we're actually getting a lot of good practice out of playing in the woods. And on top of that, you know, Dynasty's been around for almost 2 decades. And so it's great to be able to get back together with our old members of our team, Rodney, Glenn, Brad, Eric Hunter's out here, Andy Kopkock, we won World Cup in 2001. He played 1 tournament with us, and now he's back out here having fun with us out here in the woods. So it's a great way for us to all come together and just be a team again. And when we can't do that playing the NXL World Cup, you know, obviously we're not gonna have Glenn play with us out there, that'd be crazy. I believe Rodney signed us up for every single 10-man event because these guys, our old team guys are having a blast doing this, and again, we're having fun getting back together with them. The old squad, the new squad, we're gonna try to get everybody some time out here.
Nobody's gonna get it because it's gonna stay in my pocket.
No one's gonna touch this flag. No one's gotten one yet. No one's gonna get one. We're gonna get all the flags, reflecting everybody's name.
We've won all of them so far. We still made it adrenaline, but we did get pulled, so we technically haven't dropped the game. We control our own destiny. Just got to get a couple more hangs and then hopefully make the semis and go on from there.
I'm Jacob Adcock. This is Caleb Adcock. Our father, Robin Adcock, was the captain of the original Sabre Wolves, started back in the middle 90s. We played for the kids team, kind of grew up playing alongside them out of Nashville. And a couple years ago when 10-man started back up, we found the opportunity to kind of take that and run with it again. We don't have a lot of big name players. We're just a bunch of buddies that started a long time ago. But as far as us as a team, we make up 7 states. You know, we never get to practice. That's not us. We're really just a bunch of close friends that grew up together that took like a 10 to 12 year break from paintball. So that every tournament's like a big family reunion. And it's so much fun just getting to see everybody, not just teammates, but the competitors as well. And we're excited to be here, look forward to the next events, and we're just going to keep it rolling.
You guys take the next one.
Woo! We're a unique blend. These guys love the woods. I hate it. We have 17 or 18 guys on our roster. We have not had the same team at any 2 tournaments, including the little local 5-man stuff we've done. So every event has been a complete new mix of people that we've had to figure out who's playing where, this style, and figure out a way, okay, this field, this is the 10 that we have, how do we do that best? You know, like I said before, we don't have a lot of big name players. You go ask 90% of teams out here, they probably can't tell you a name of a player on this unless they know us directly. You know, we love that. We relish the fact that it's like, who are those guys?
I can't exactly for sure tell you the God's honest truth on this because I was trying to get all the action.
I heard Frank bitching
about
it.
Yeah, so if this is coming through, all Ace is starting to lose dudes. Frank comes through and it looked like he had a hit or the ref was calling him out and then shit went wild.
There! He's shooting everyone! It's right there on inside! Hey! What the hell was that shit? You just fucking shot him! He shot him first, Rev! He shot Lucas too! Give me your gun! Give me your gun! Let's go right now!
Shoots him again, Frank fucking rears up, shoots Chris, and now they're motherfucking each other, going back and forth. Travis is just pumping Frank up from the back, just as many balls as he can put on his back. His whole Frank's back is going like this as he's trying to scream at Chris.
Did old Frank come out?
Yeah, old Frank came out. Then Frank raises the gun up, shoots Chris again, and like it got wild. Ref comes over, grabs Chris's gun, like he's like, that's it. Literally pulls Frank's gun, not Chris's gun, grabs Frank's gun, pulls his gun off. He's like, you're coming with me, let's go. And then everyone just starts losing their shit, and everyone's playing the role perfect. Guys come out of the box, they're like, no, ref, that was not the call. Like, everyone's selling it back and forth. Oh, it was like classic 10-man over there.
Tom's selling it.
What up, Nicky Cuba, here with Team Adrenaline. Just excited to be back, excited to be playing with my boys. We're having some fun. You're gonna be seeing us around, you know, we're just starting it over again. You know, we're all getting that taste back in the mouth to keep on playing. This is paintball. I mean, this is how it all started. You know, it was from the beginning, so it was awesome just to have this come back instead of it being, you know, the 5-on-5. 10-on-10 was just, you know, where it was. You know, you got just so many people to shoot. The game is totally different than, you know, what it is today, which both are awesome, but I love this one better. I've been friends with James and the guys of Adrenaline for many years. We went against each other when I was on Ground Zero. When I first started coming up being a teenager, Adrenaline was my first sponsor for a paintball gun. It was the best gun, you know, at the time when I shot it. That's what we're trying to bring back with, you know, the new age Adrenaline stuff. Me and James started working together outside of paintball. You know, we were telling stories back and forth, all the tournaments we went to, all the fun events, and we were like, we should try one. So we just got the team back together, grabbed some new guys. To be a good 10-man team, you gotta have diversity. Speed, you gotta have shooters, you gotta have communicators, and everyone has to be working together. It's gotta just be a cohesive unit. Old school, you know, people that have been playing it, they know how to do it. It's an old man's game. The way that Adrenaline plays, it's a little different than the old Adrenaline, you know, because we got new players. I'd say we have a variety, you know, because we have a Nicky Vegas who just wants to bomb and go run someone down. We got other guys that are controlled players, methodical thinking. We're a good mix right now, so it's everything that you need to be a complete team.
Yeah, we got it all. Good job, Tom.
Tom Cole's dog. All right, good. No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's good.
I hate that shit.
I know, but you're pretty good at it. I know you don't like doing it. So every time I put a camera on you, you seem to say some good shit. Well, I mean, I do think about this. Honestly, I'm not too picky. I don't mind a little Walker Black. That shit is bomb. You're the Walker Gold. That shit is really. I'm not.
Shit, Brad, you were wide open. I just went bang bang. That was really 5 seconds ago, dumb.
That was a good game. Let's just.
High as fuck. I wanted through your whole body and I shot you 3 times.
There's the captain of.
This guy. This guy.
And that's when he just fucking goes bananas and starts threatening to beat us in the parking lot, do whatever. Was that at the very end when the guy said,
"Oh, you got it."
Yeah, there you go. That's 1. There's 5 more. 2. The beer's being finished before it's over. There you go. 3. 4.
Get the fuck out!
Am I peeking out? How was it?
Right!
How's that? Better?
Where is he at? 5.
Yet to have our first practice. I think it's scheduled for in 4 years or so. So the only time we get to see each other is at events. We like to play, we like to have fun. We might not get enough sleep, we might not walk the field well enough, we might not have quite enough guns to play, but I think half the teams are in the same boat here, that we are ill-prepared, ill-informed, and having the time of our lives.